They said if you threw party in the whole of Umuaka village and invited every living soul, Okafor will still find a reason not to come, unless there was free food and free takeaway. Okafor was so stingy, even mosquitoes refused to bite him. They said there was no blood worth tasting. He was known across villages, from Eke Market to the dusty road of Mmobi, as Okafor, the stingiest man on earth. Whenever Okafor went to the market, he would only buy food that was already turning brown, tomato that has turned baje, and fish that smells like they've been baptized with gutter water. If the trader told him, Chief Okafor, this one is fresh, he would ease and say, fresh means expensive. Give me one that's dying. At home, he measured everything. 1 cup of rice per day, 2 spoons of oil per week. Even when boiling yam, he used water like it was gold dust. His neighbor said he once adjusted his borehole pipe so water would drip like tears, just 1 drop per second. To brush his teeth, he would slice his toothpaste tube open and scrap the inside with a stick until the last grain of paste surrounded. Even his ancestors look down and say, this our son will save money even in heaven. For breakfast, Okafor only ate 1 boiled egg, not because he doesn't love eggs, but because he said 1 egg was cheaper than 2. His daily spending never passed 1,000 naira, even when everything in the market doubled in price. For 30 years, Okafor lived like this. No enjoyment, no rest, no generosity. One day, he looked into his saving book and smiled. He had finally saved 850 million naira. Ha, he shouted. Now I can rest. I will live like a king. The next morning, as he was going to the bank to withdraw small money for jollof rice, he collapsed along the way. They rushed him to the hospital in Owerri. The doctor said, Sir, you have a brain tumor. Okafor almost fainted again. How much to treat it? Just 10,000 naira for another test. 10,000 naira, he screamed. You people want to kill me before the sickness does, eh? I'm going to another hospital. So he went to a cheaper hospital. But before the test was done, too much time had passed. His health worsened. The new doctor shook his head and said, You have only 10 days to live. Okafor's heart broke. For the first time in his life, he cried real tears. Not because of pain, but because all his money meant nothing anymore. He went to his parents' grave and knelt there. Papa, Mama, I'm sorry. I should have lived life. I should have shared small. Then something inside him changed. He went to the bank, withdrew all his money, every kobo, and called his old friend, the same ones he never invited to eat with him. My people, he said, let us enjoy before I die. They went to the most expensive hotel in the city. For the first time, Okafor ordered everything on menu. Goat meat pepper soup, unkobi, fried rice, jollof rice, asun, suya, kilishi, even fish that I've never seen in the markets. They drank palm wine until they forgot their names. They rented flashy cars, bought clothes like Lagos big boys, and even gave the waiter tips. The waiter fainted that day. No one had never seen Okafor open his wallet so freely. Then, Okafor went to the mortuary office and said, I want to buy the biggest grave in this city. He spent 20 million naira on a golden coffin, 5 million naira on funeral clothes, and even told them to test run his makeup for burial. Let me see how I will look when I'm gone, he said proudly. Finally, on what he thought was his last day, he went home and found an old bread in his fridge. Expired since who knows when. He smiled and said, my old friend, taste not, want not. He ate it all. Minutes later, he felt dizzy and collapsed. His friend carried him to the hospital shouting, Doctor, doctor. After a few hours, Okafor opened his eyes. The doctor looked at him and said, Mr. Okafor, congratulations, you are fine. Okafor blinked. Fine? What about the tumor? The doctor choked. There was never any tumor. The machine we used was faulty. You only had food poisoning from eating expired meat. Okafor sat up slowly, his face blank. All his friends stared at him. Nobody spoke. Then one of his friends said, Okafor, you see life? You nearly killed yourself with stinginess. Okafor stood up, looked around, and then shouted, Wait, does it mean all that spending was for nothing? The doctor nodded. Okafor screamed so loudly that the patient, in other words, thought the world was ending. And from that last day, he was no longer called Okafor the stingy man on earth. They called him Okafor the man who finally spends. Thank you for watching till the end of this story. Don't forget to like, subscribe for more amazing African story like this. See you in my next story.